The chair recognizes the member from Hopkinton, Representative Gary Richardson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise in support of House Bill 436, civil marriage. I do so because separate but equal is not equal in marriage any more than it is in school segregation. Separate but equal is not equal in marriage any more than it is in school segregation. As a member of the Judiciary Committee listening to the testimony about civil unions and marriage over the last two sessions, the one thing that stands out above all else is the fact that, in fact, it's the only thing that the parties to this issue agree on, is that marriage is the cornerstone of our society. So, my friends, it isn't any wonder, is it any surprise that gay couples who are committed to one another want to be able to marry. Under our law in New Hampshire, there's only one institution that can grant a marriage license, and that is the state of New Hampshire. Marriage licenses are issued by city and town clerks, not religious institutions. By statute, we have authorized clergy to solemnize marriage, i.e. to perform the marriage ceremony, but there is no requirement of any type of religious ceremony to solemnize a marriage. By that same statute, we also allow marriage to be solemnized by a justice of the peace with no religious ceremony whatsoever. Since the state of New Hampshire is the only institution that has the authority to issue a marriage license, the question then becomes, what legitimate interest does the state have in prohibiting a same-sex marriage? Last year, we passed into law civil unions that have all of the rights, responsibilities, and obligations of marriage. I submit to you that we have already answered the question. The state has no longer any legitimate interest in prohibiting same-sex marriage. The opponents of this bill oppose it on religious grounds, saying that civil marriage violates their religious beliefs. So I'm going to talk to you about my family's religious beliefs. I believe that in refusing to allow civil marriage, the state of New Hampshire violates my family's right to practice our religious beliefs. My favorite cousin is a choral director. My favorite cousin is a choral director of the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. She's 50 years old. She is a religious person, and she's a member of our church. She happens to be gay. Our church accepts gay marriage and would solemnize her marriage, but my cousin is not able to obtain a marriage license because in New Hampshire, she could not obtain a marriage license in New Hampshire because she is gay. Your church may not want to solemnize a same-sex marriage, and that is between you and your church and your God. But does the state of New Hampshire have the right to impose your religious beliefs on my family and my church? To those who say that now is not the time, we have made progress with civil unions and we should leave it alone, I say to you, if the state of New Hampshire had a law that violated your family's religious beliefs, would you say, be patient, now is not the time? To those who say that civil marriage will weaken the institution of marriage, I say to you, how can allowing two people who love one another get married do anything other than to strengthen the institution of marriage? To those who claim that civil marriage will harm children, I say to you, how can allowing two people to get married who are committed to the institution of marriage harm children? By law, we allow gay couples to adopt children now. Are we afraid that gay marriage will harm children, or are we really just opposed to allowing gay people to do something that they are legally allowed to do? And finally, to those of you who are afraid to vote for this bill for political reasons, I say to you, be not afraid. History will show us, just as our fears of integration were unfounded, fear of gay marriage will prove unfounded. My friends, have the courage to walk down this road with us. Be not afraid.
So it's official now. There's nothing we can do. Now you're a part of me, and I'm a part of you, and we can see how one and one makes more than two. Maybe we should fall in love. Maybe we should fall in love.